Hey guys, today's not going to be a super long video, but I thought this would be something that a lot of guys are not aware of, and it could be an interesting read to them and maybe clear up some things, no pun intended here. Well, my name is DanCBearded. My awesome subscribers call me the trusted teacher for all things beard related because of videos just like this. Today, I'm going to break down the Comedogenic Scale. Yes, hard word to say, and sometimes the stuff can be a little bit difficult to understand, but it is Comedogenic Scale. And really what that is it takes all the oils that we know and love from our beard products, and it rates them on how likely it is to clog your pores and or cause acne. Now, this is not a perfect science. Some people have little pores, big pores, oily skin, dry skin. So there are variants between person to person, but it is a really good way to evaluate these ingredients. Take a look and maybe it'll explain why you love a certain product, or maybe why one product gives you beard acne, or even how it reacts with your skin and the styling of your beard. So I'm going to break it down from some of the best rated oils and butters down to some of the ones maybe you want to avoid. And I'll leave some information down below and resources so you guys can look into it more yourself and really break down those ingredient lists of the products that you have in your bathroom, in your refrigerator, on your beard shelf, wherever you keep them, right after this intro. The Comedogenic Scale is a lot like golf. Lower the score, the better. We're going to start out with the zeros. Now, this is highly unlikely to cause any acne or clog anybody's pores. And we're looking at some of these ingredients that we love, like argan oil, aloe vera oil, hemp seed oil, safflower seed oil, and shea butter. All of those are extremely common in this beard world. If you're going to look at the beard butters or the beard balms, shea butter is often the #1 ingredient. Why? Because it's kind of a freak of nature. It's going to do its job and seal the hair and even seal the skin and keep the good hydration in. But it's going to allow your skin to breathe and not be clogged and not cause any problems with acne. That shouldn't be able to happen both ways, but it does. Same with argan oil, same with hemp seed oil and safflower seed oil. A lot of you have no idea what safflower seed is, but you'll see it in an ingredient list. Well, know that it's an amazing one, and I'll cover on my 101 series in the near future. But if you see those ingredients and you worry at all about your skin getting clogged or acne, those ones are key to have up higher on the list of the potency in your ingredients. Next up, we're going to take a look at the ones which are highly unlikely to clog your pores. Some would say that they cannot clog your pores. I'll stay with the safe route and say highly unlikely. And we are going to go with castor oil, rosehip oil, sea buckthorn oil, and a super common one, grapeseed oil. Now, something that's really important here that is shown with this castor oil on such a low rating, and even a thicker oil like safflower oil on the earlier ones, the thickness of the oil has no correlation with the Comedogenic Scale, with the ability to clog your pores. You can be a butter, you can be a thick oil and not clog pores. That is really important because I think logically people would say, oh, those sealing oils like castor, like safflower, they're going to be able to clog your pores and cause acne. That is not true. Nature does not always like to play by the rules, and this is one of those examples right there. Next up, we have the 2s, and these are a low risk to clog your pores or cause acne, but have shown that with certain people and skin types it can, and this is the biggest bulk of the list. Most of the oils we see would be categorized as a 2, and we're talking about favorites like sweet almond oil, vitamin E, avocado oil. Some of the biggest hitters in the game are right in that 2 range, and again, that is a low rating. Highly unlikely, too unlikely to be able to clog your pores. So that is a good thing for these ingredients that we love, including a thick wax, but is on the oil list, jojoba. All right, now we're gonna fast forward and head over to the 4s. The 3s are not really common in the beard game, and a 4 is fairly high chance of clogging your pores and causing acne. 2 ones that stand out to me here. One is soybean oil. I don't really see that as an ingredient, but on my recent video, a lot of you wanted me to explore soybean oil, and I will, but to see it has a highly likely chance of clogging your pores. And the other one, cocoa butter. Now, cocoa butter does have a track record of clogging pores and causing acne. Again, this is not to say that it's going to happen to you, but it has a high risk of that happening. Just something to think about if you're trying to put together, why do I have acne? Why do I have irritation? Maybe check if cocoa butter is an ingredient on that butter or that balm. Our last one is the category 5, a high chance of clogging your pores and causing acne. One of them should stand out to you and be obvious. Never use this ingredient, and that is mineral oil. Stay away. The other one is a little bit more surprising to me, and that is wheat germ oil. I've had ingredients that use that because I have celiac, so I was worried about that ingredient, but through the process of making it, it is not a worry. But that one is as high as it gets of a warning for clogging your pores. Mineral oil, stay away, and maybe just be aware of that rating for wheat germ oil. Some final thoughts with a conclusion for you guys. Well, does this make sense to you guys? Has some pieces been put together and now you know why you don't like this product or this company or this ingredient? Maybe it has to do with this comedogenic scale. That is possible. For me, I want to make sure I clarify this does not mean stay away from these ingredients for you. If it's higher up on the list, it's bad. This is just a tool to use to maybe problem solve if you've noticed some issues out there. So leave me a comment down below, you guys, with your experiences with some of these ingredients, especially if they're higher up on the list. Me personally, I've never had a problem with cocoa butter. Maybe you guys have. Let me know down below, and maybe it'll solidify some of your favorites for being so low on that list, and you're like, yes, I knew that was a great one. Well, guys, I hope you learned something today. I hope you explore this topic further on your own time. As always, my name is DanCBearded. Stay bearded and always stay positive.